Hey, JulesBlessedVegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are new, I know you can benefit. So people, we're having a heat wave, a tropical heat wave. But that's kind of funny, like tropical heat wave just came to mind. Before I was thinking, it's like a heat wave burning inside, right? Isn't it great that there's like this whole music album, I don't even know, the album of life that we can draw from. So much fun. Anyway, yes, I'm in Southern California. We are having an insane heat wave. So today it was 111, tomorrow it's going to be 113, but that doesn't even compare to the low desert where it's 119, 120, 121. So peace be with you guys. I got nothing. But 113, I'll be doing everything I can to keep my animals cool and do my best, because I will be teaching summer school, but I will come straight home. I'm trying to put like frozen fruit, frozen vegetables, frozen blocks of ice in their water, and hoping that that will hold them for some time. Anyway, it is hot, hot, hot. You guys know the next line, and I'm not just talking about me. I don't know where that joke comes from. Maybe it's my more optimistic self, right? Yeah. Okay, let's keep going in that direction of hotness. Anyway, yeah, it is super hot. Even at 7:30 at night, it just dropped to 102. And the lowest temperature tonight is supposed to be about 87, maybe 87. Okay, so anyway, I'm not going to fret. I'm going to rejoice that I have air conditioning. I'm going to rejoice that I'm provided for, that I have the means to provide for my animals. And I'm going to be praying for those without, because we know they exist. God bless them 1,000 times. Anyway, I just want to briefly show this very important cartoon that I used for the icon of the video. And shout out to Carlitha Knight with a K, because I took this off of her page. Anyway, I can just relate, because this is a struggle that I go through. So it reads, on your journey, you'll encounter obstacles placed by others. Okay, so this is stuff that's put upon you by the naysayers, right? So those who say, just give up, you're too dumb, you have no talent, you're not good enough. Like, luckily not very many people say that to me, but sadly I have adopted that from some kind of a mindset that I picked up in my childhood, and I accidentally put that on myself. But for those who dare to put you down, ugh, ouch, right? And then number 2, overcoming these mountains will take effort. So all that negativity, and there's no doubt, I've mentioned before that I came from a very hypercritical setting, and it was kind of under the premise of tough love, and the idea that if they're hard on us, we'll fight to, prove them wrong. Not everyone has that fight, not everyone has that. And some of the children certainly did have that, and my gosh, have they been successful. Then unfortunately, there's others like myself who to an extent adopted their words and made them my own, and became my own worst enemy, for which I am completely sorry. So this precious little bunny realizes that overcoming all of the negativity and those terrible sayings were going to take a lot of effort. And I agree, because I've done therapy, I've done 12-step programs, I'm, certainly in the raw vegan movement right now. There's so many things that I've done, and it's been a lot of work. I imagine I'll be working until my last breath, with the understanding that this is the way station to eternal life. So whatever we build here is building that next realm, which is going to be our eternity. So I'm cool with that, and I'm hoping I will live long enough. I kind of believe this is about the halfway of my life. So I ask God to allow me to live long enough to truly master what it is that he was asking of me. And in that way, I'm kind of a late bloomer, since it's in my early 50s that I'm getting on with wellness. All right. Okay. So then the next one, it's almost, if you think of this as is showing you directions, first it's recognizing the messages that people have put on you. Then it's proclaiming that it's going to take some hard work to overcome it. And finally, in the third screen, if you will, you have to ease your climb by removing the nonsense. Like for me, that might be a situation where choosing not to compulsively overeat, or, live in a binge realm, or poison myself with food-like products, all of those kind of things. To stop those behaviors is definitely a way of easing my climb. In this situation, the bunny is actually letting out rocks, because it does feel like a physical burden, right? When we start to put these things on us. I don't know about you, but I know what it's like to be tired in my soul. I know what it's like to kind of trudge along in my spirit, if not literally, right? So it's showing them easing their climb by actually removing the nonsense. This would be likened to letting go of people in your life who don't serve you. And not with anger or regret, but with a peace be with you thought, knowing that the negativity and the arguing and the put downs and all of that stuff that tends to be generated when you're together isn't serving either of you. So to let that person go is allowing them to make room for healthier relationships and for freedom. So it's actually a tremendous blessing, as difficult as it may be. And if we can see it as a blessing, it's even better. And finally, in the fourth frame, it reads, the self-imposed limitations weighing you down. That's what you have to remove. The self-imposed limitations that are weighing you down. And that's exactly what those thoughts are. And as I suggested, they became my own. So I'm not good enough. I have no talent. I'm too dumb. I should give up. If you remember, in the first frame, it started with your. And sadly for some of us, and this certainly isn't true for all, because like I said, I had some siblings who most certainly came with a very healthy ego. And they live in a mindset that says, not only can they do all, but they're worthy of it. And God bless them. I love that. So it started with finger pointing, you. And as this person adopted those and brought that false message along with them, it became I. And I so get that. I so get that. And in letting those things go, the little bunny is able to climb that hill. So it's not that you're not going to have to continue to climb the hill or overcome the burden. You're still called to do that. You will just have an easier way, right? So let's go back. Number 1, on your journey, you'll encounter obstacles placed by others. You're not good enough. You have no talent. You're too dumb. Just give up. Overcoming these mountains will take effort. Ease your climb by removing the self-imposed limitations weighing you down. I'm not good enough. I have no talent. I'm too dumb. I should give up. And in doing so, your journey, which would have been your journey anyway, will become much easier. Don't you guys love that? What I like is how it speaks to me. And it concludes with, don't stop your climb. And I really love that because, some of the people would have just saw a cute little bunny story and just said, whatever, doesn't apply to me. I look at it and see this profound message from God, stopping my day to say, Juliana, check it. Got it, Father. Thank you. Anyway, you know what? I'm a work in progress, and I'm happy to be one, and rejoice to no end that I'm breathing, in a very difficult post-COVID era. And you know what? We're certainly not done with the COVID, and there's variances coming and everything else. And I know many of you are well into your routine of honoring your body with, a plant-based vegan diet. And it's brilliant because that is by far your best chance. Let's be fair. But California opened today in addition to the heat wave. And it's kind of a blessing because people definitely want to take their mask off and they want to get out there. So technically California opened today, but it's still a very difficult time, because some people are having trouble trusting. We haven't been out for almost a year and a half. Seems like it, April, May. Nah, not even a year and a half. So it was a year ago, March 13th, March, April, May, June. All right, 15 months. That's a really long time. So it's been about 15 months and people are a little hesitant. For me personally, as you know, I did choose to get the vaccine, and I'm trying in no way to live in regret of that. Again, part of that was because I wanted to have free access to my nephew. I wanted free access to travel, especially with Dale's father and even my mother, but especially his father because he's in a different state. At the ages, they're in their late 80s, and I wanted to make sure I could freely travel with all of that. And as a teacher, all of my students are under the age of 12, and so they probably will not be being vaccinated. And whatever they lovingly bring to class, they always share, whether it's strep throat, whether it's walking pneumonia, whether it's the COVID. So I don't mind that I chose to do that. I'm praying that God is on the case and there will not be regrets on that. But anyway, my friends, I just wanted to share this. I'm always a work in progress. I'm always trying to do self-acceptance. And I'm just hoping that I'm on the path that God has called me to be on. All right, if you like, join us. If you haven't subscribed, let me know in the comments below. Can you relate to that little cartoon? And if so, what part? What step are you on? Are you still taking on the nonsense? Or have you already adopted it and made it your own? Or are you in the best place where you have unloaded the burden and you are on your way up that mountain? I'd love to know. All right, until we talk again, best of all, rejoice if you're not in the heat wave. And therefore, know that you're blessed.